Hi everybody, hope you've all had a nice day because I have today because of the sunshine, and I hope if you were working you managed to get out for dinner in the sun, or when you got home you managed to get a bit of the sun because it's been so nice today. And I've been in my absolute element today because as soon as I got up, I wrote in my journal like I told you I do, had a coffee, did some yoga. Finn got the mat out with me even before I said anything, so he's getting used to me doing it every morning. I've been doing it every morning. I think apart from the other day I did it in the evening because I can't remember what we did in the morning, but we were in a rush about something. But I've done it every day. So I did that, and then we got dressed and ready and everything. All apart from I had to wash my hair in the bath today because my shower's conked out. So I'll have to get that fixed. So I was like, oh no, I really felt like a shower last night. I only wanted to wash my hair, but I was just like, oh, I'll jump in the shower quick, wash my hair. And I was like, oh no. So I thought, oh, leave it till morning. So I had to get in the bath, like in the older days, sit in the bath and get a jug. And I was like, oh god. But I quite enjoyed it actually. But did that and then went out in the garden with Finn, and he loved it. Playing on his slide and his wheelbarrow and kicking all the stones everywhere, trying to get him to put them back. But yeah, I was in my element because I'll just show you some things I was doing. I was doing everything today. I was like doing a bit of weeding, planting some plants, seeds. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing with them, but he said they can go out, be sold now outside, the ones that I've got. So I've done that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll flower in a few weeks, whenever it is, and I'll be happy if they do. So I'll show you if they do. I haven't got a clue what I've put in, but I've done that. I tidied a few baskets up. I made some handmade paper, which I'll show you in a minute. I've made a little mini dream catcher because I went down the country park near me and I was like, oh, I need to collect some twigs. I'd rather do a natural one, the frame of it. And I realised I actually had loads of twigs in my back garden at the back where my mum's chopped this blackberry bush down that I didn't want her to cut down. She could have trimmed it. She's cut the whole thing down. It's like, oh, mum, and plants and trees, she hates them. She cut a tree down in my back garden. I was absolutely gutted. And I won't mind, I've got a long garden and it's right at the end, which is always like, oh, the roots get under the house and this, that, and the other. And I was like, now it's like every other garden. There's nothing, because I need to plant some flowers and do something with. I've got a biggish garden I could do a lot with, but when she cut the tree down, it was like, it looks a bit boring now there's no tree there, and I would have sat underneath it and everything, but no, she chopped it down. So I made some handmade paper. I have made another one. This one ripped. I was like, no. But and I've just put my hand in something I was going to show you and just broken that. So hang on a minute, I'll have to just put you on pause. Sorry about that. So yeah, I made this. I was testing it out anyway, so I'm not bothered that it's ripped because I can actually use the pieces anyway. But I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. I did post it on Instagram. This paper with a big hole in it, I ripped it, but I can still use these bits, so it doesn't matter. I was just testing out if bits that I put in it stayed in it, because it's got bits of bark in it, of some twigs, some roses and a bit of glitter. These are going to be some of my new designs for my journals, but I'm going to call them the gratitude journals because they're going to be quite pretty. Pretty on the outside anyway, but yeah, so I'm going to use that for something to do with some mobiles that I'm going to make with paper on them, and that I'm going to put up to sell. And I just put my hand in one of these and broken it because it's drying, it's not dried yet. These little love hearts that I made with if you saw the seed bombs, the wish bombs, same sort of thing, but I'm trying to see if they work, if I can make them into a solid paper heart, because I'm going to do some mobiles for adults, kids, whatever, or they might go on, because I'm going to make some dream catchers. Well, I might put them on there, thread them on, but when you have little hanging, when you have little hanging elephants and birds and things, I'm going to try some like paper ones that I'm going to make out of recycled paper and flowers from my garden, stuff like that. Yeah, just testing things out, see if they work. And then this is my first go at a dream catcher. I just had a go at, and obviously it's a natural one, so the frame's natural twigs. But I haven't decorated the bottom of it, with feathers and that, because I'm going to look for some and bits and bobs, and I've got different beads and things to put on. But I was just testing out to see if I could do it. So it's a little one, and that's the, I don't know what you call it, the webbing inside. So obviously when I've finished it, it'll have ribbon and different things and pretty things hanging off it. And I was even thinking as well, I might do some of some schools on that, because I have got these beads that I've put on the Celtic. I'm sorry if I've said that before, but I have the kilted, not the Celtic, the kilted goth on his book. But I don't know if you can see, I can place these on here when I'm doing the webbing, the little skulls. So I could put, some around. I've got some white ones and some pink ones, and I could dangle some off. I could do some ones with different beads on, some with skulls on, some with gemstones on, different things, me. Sure, I'll be sticking things on it. I'm going to decorate this, and I'll show you when I finish it. But this was my first try, so and it's quite cute. It's only a little one. I'm going to try and do some big ones, because I want to make myself a big one from the wall, and I'm going to end up selling some dream catchers as well. But I'll tell you about that in a minute. Also, yeah, I was making papers as well, because this is one of my journals. I can't remember if I showed this. That's nowhere near finished. I just got some of the flower paper on the front. This is my new journal, because I've got about 2 pages left in it, but I normally fancy this up a bit more, and I've not done it yet, and I've not put my ribbon on, but I've got this one for my next journal, because I'm running out, so I'll have a little collection of different coloured journals that'll look nice on my shelf. So yeah, there for that. But I've been thinking as well, on Facebook, I've said on here before, on Facebook I've got a page. I had loads of pages, and it was like, I can't get used to talking this way, which am I going? Nailicious Nails for my nails, which I've still got to finish my course yet, but I think I'm just waiting to hear from when, at the end of this month, apparently I got told to see if Finn can go to, and they get a few hours free to nursery, then I can just concentrate on that, because I can do it in my own time. I'm so busy doing loads of different things, and really got to be in the mood for that, and I want to be in my nail room, and that needs tidying, and I'm just like, I'm waiting to get my new desk from IKEA, and then I can sit down with it, because my desk is too small, and I have stuff out on my table sometimes, crafting from other stuff, so I just want to have my nail room as my nail room. It will be / craft room, but I just need to be in there with my stuff instead of bringing it into the front room all the time, and it's always in that room, so that'll be left as it is. But then I had a jewellery page called Boho Dreams for when I put a few bits on, but not, instead of selling anything at the minute. And then I had Janine's Bespoke Journals to sell my journals on. But now I'm thinking, as I said the other day, I need to put it all together in one, because they're just my creations. It doesn't matter if it's books or, whatever goes up on that page you'll just see, and whatever goes up is what's there, and if people want to buy it they can, and I'll let them know if it's sold out, just when they go up. My books go up, my jewellery goes up, so I've decided to call it, not that I really think I've put anything on there yet properly, Soul Creations, because I put a lot of my soul into making them, and they're my creations, and we're all creations, and I like being creative, so I've called it Soul Creations, and it will be based more on, well, like I said, my books are journals, and my gratitude journals, and my boho jewellery's like, I want to do like sort of spiritual jewellery, like, or, nice jewellery with gemstones and like sort of stuff you've seen me put up, positive stuff, sort of spiritual journey, and I might do some Wicca stuff on it and some goth stuff, and all like different mixed spiritual things and beliefs, and normal things and nice things, but all different, but all on the same page. So maybe people that are not into certain stuff might think, oh, I'm not, you know, they might like different bits and bobs that I do, because I am into like different bits and bobs. Like I was laughing the other day when the Kilted Goth said, I think it's on Instagram, he said, I think it was, or was it on YouTube? And he said, oh, are you sure you're not goth? And I was like, no, but I do like, you know, different elements of goth and different bits and bobs, and I watch people as well, which the other day I was so disgusted because I was watching, don't know if any of you have ever watched Black Friday. She's a goth and her husband, he's German, I think. I watch them now and again. I just think they're a dead lovely couple. But I know people looking at them, like some people do look at goths, like would be like, oh, they're scary, because she does wear elaborate makeup and her hair's big, and he's really tall and he's got this big mohawk thing, and he's got his makeup on his eyes, and sometimes they wear signs on the head and that. But they're a lovely couple, and I just love them. I think I just think they're dead cute. But I think, if I'm right, they went to Paris and they went for a birthday. Took her there for a birthday, and I think they were going to, is it the art gallery in Paris? I haven't got a clue, the biggest one in the world or famous one. And then it showed you her coming out, and she was crying, and all the makeup was down her face. And I thought, oh, what's she crying for? And they wouldn't let them in because of the way they looked. Because apparently they were saying it's because they were so artistic looking, and loads of people would be looking at them and taking pictures and taking the sort of attention off the artwork that was in there. Something stupid it was anyway. They said something stupid. Basically, it's just because of the way they were dressed. And I just think it was so disgusting, because we shouldn't really be in a world like that today, because there's loads of different cultures and beliefs, and people wear this and people wear that, different things. It's not anything new these days, really. But I was just like, God, people, do you know what I mean? They'd gone through security in Paris anyway. They'd gone through security in the art gallery. You know, it's not like they have any weapons on them or anything, nothing. It's just that what they've got, artistic makeup, and they're wearing different clothes compared to everyone else who's being boring there anyway. And I bet if they asked half the people in there, they'd probably want them to stay, because, hello, you run an art gallery. Normally, like, creative people like to go to art galleries, or people just like to look at art. Yeah, they might look like, you know, creative and arty, but I think that's a good thing. But I was just like, oh, I felt dead sorry for her, because it was a birthday and she wanted to go in there, and she didn't get to go in. But yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do with my Facebook thing. And I've just loved it today. I know it's because the sun was out and it makes everybody happy, and you know, you your happy cells, whatever you call it, your happy cells when you're in the sun. But I just loved pottering in the garden and like making my paper outside and letting it dry in the sun. I was just sat there and Finn was playing nice, and then he went for a sleep. Then my sister came around for about an hour and we were talking about stuff, and I just can't stop crafting. I just don't know what's wrong with me. I'm like, oh my God, I've just thought of another thing, and I thought of another thing, and then like I went to bed last night reading my Wicca book. I pulled out off my shelf the other day and thought, oh yeah, I need to have a look at that. And I was looking at some other people again and bits and bobs, and getting back into that again because I love it. You know, and might design some jewellery around some Wiccan things as well. But yeah, it's just been, I feel dead tired because I've done so much today, just doing a bit of everything. But yeah, it's been good. I've just enjoyed being very arty-farty, and I'm just loving Instagram at the minute. I think I'm obsessed. I mean, I'm on it a lot, posting pictures and stuff, but I'm just loving the amount of unique, different people that you can find on there as well. You know, like when you're putting posts up there, liking yours, and then you're having a nosy on theirs, you're like, wow, and finding all these, you know, other jewellery makers and crafty people, and even plant-based things, you know, of other people's food that I can have a go at, and I just love it. I just think it's great. It's such a creative site, I think it is. I mean, I know people go on about the media and know like there's good and bad sides, but I'm just loving seeing just different stuff on it and things that I've not looked at before, and it's just great, especially if you've got like a creative mind, because obviously you can can get ideas off people's pages and, you know, put a twist on it your way and stuff like that. So it's just been, I don't know, I've just been loving it. So I'm just hoping, because apparently someone said April was going to be nice, I'm just hoping the weather stays like this now for a bit so I can do more stuff in the garden, ideas. And then I was having another idea last night. I think I said the other day. I want to try and do like it's only for my friends if they'll do it. Like I don't know what I'd call it. Like a self-love group. I think I said before, like a self-love group where I can get the girls round and, you know, if I had any male friends, I did, you know, they could come round too, but I haven't, so not that I see or anything. So to get the girls round and maybe once a month just do something different that I can show them, because I'm quite crafty and I was like, whoa. But like, even if it one night it's just like, it's not like rock and roll mad stuff, you know. I just mean where drink's not involved or anything like that. It's not talking about work, it's not drinking, it's just chilling. See if we can not have the alcohol. Because my friend was saying something about that. She's just feeling rubbish lately. I said sometimes it is, you know, you don't always need it. You don't need it to have fun, but you know, where we might just sit down at the table and one time we might do like, you know, the mandala. If we get them to do, well, I could draw a circle out for them, but circles in a circle, but doing a mandala pattern because it's quite calming for your mind. And then maybe the month after I'll get them pressing flowers. I don't know, you know, just something that's quite relaxing and pretty. But when they go at the end of the day, they've made something and they can take it home, and maybe they'll take on that craft at home as a hobby, or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just come and do something once a month, you know, talk about stuff but not evolve around work and slagging other people off or anything like that, you know, just where it's positive and we're doing something and it's just a get together as well, an excuse for us to get together, no kids, adults only, and, you know, in the evening. And then sometimes in summer, obviously if it's nice, we can sit out in the back garden and, you know, I have a heat lamp thing in the back and I love it in summer in the back. Most of last year I just sat out on my in the back and I was just curled up on my bench with me thrower and I was just sitting there in the dark with my lights on, my fairy lights on, and just sitting there chilling. It's lovely, so nice. So can't wait to do that again this year. Yeah, you know, just I don't know, little bits like that, just like a positive girly get together thing. Because I saw this thing. Oh, I'm gonna get her name wrong because I only saw it yesterday. Was she called Gala Darling? I think it was on YouTube, and I think she's a witch, or she's into, you know, or she's into Wicca, or I'll have to look proper because I don't know, because I only sort of saw bits yesterday. But I know she was a blogger. I think she lives in New York. I can't remember, so don't. If I've got this wrong, then sorry, but I wasn't. I was only watching snippets last night. I was really tired. I think she's a blogger, and I'm sure I saw something. I think they were doing something witchy. It was like womanified anyway, where it looked like they were on some sort of retreat that she held with. I don't know if it was a friend or partner, and they just went off in the woods with flowers in their hair, and it was like an empowering thing, woman thing, like club, and it was just great. But yeah, I know she does. I'm sure she does. You know, like a course so you can do um to be a witch, you know, like they say, a year and a day. I'm sure she does a thing in a folder. It's all pretty and pink and very girly, you know, for people who are sort of looking at it but don't really know how to sort of set off in it. So it's like a course. There's about a lot of people out there, you know. But I'd never be in a, what do you call it? I'm gonna say it wrong now. Say coven, a coven, a coven, blah, 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 because I just think I just do it on my own and do the things that feel right to me, and it's all nature based. That's why I just loved being in the garden. I felt very witchy woo today in the garden with me plants and stuff, and I had to take my daffodils that were on the side out and plant them because they're supposed to be planted outside now because they flowered. They're supposed to be outside, so I took them. Still got my other ones up there, and I've just got plans for for my house. I just want a lot of plants everywhere, a lot of greenery, and a lot of like where I put the shelf there, where it's me cozy corner, like cozy nook, reading nook, but I could call it cozy corner. I keep saying that wrong. Where I've got a bit of an altar really on it. I just want loads of plants hanging off that. And then I remember when I was younger, Mum used to have, you know, like the hanging basket in your house with all like, I thought, oh yeah, I could have one of them hanging up. And I just want it to be like bringing a bit more of the outside inside, because it's just relaxing. And I said on Instagram today, I think I put a picture of me crafting, saying that was in my element in the garden. And the thing is, nature is a form of medicine. If you're ever feeling crappy, you've got a headache, or you're just feeling really like, you know, what do you call it, like lethargic, just go out in nature. Even if you're not near anywhere where you can't get anywhere. I mean, I'm lucky, I don't drive, but where I go, if people have seen on Instagram and stuff, when I took Finn to feed the ducks and there's woodland down there and everything, it's only like a 10-15 minute walk from where I am, so I'm very lucky. And then you forget like sort of where I am anyway, but you just get out in nature. Get out in nature and take notice of things in nature and breathe in the air and just enjoy it, especially now if the weather stays like this for a bit. Obviously. I mean, if I've gone out in the rain before, me hold up, and I've loved that, but yeah, obviously in the sun it's great, go for picnics and stuff, but it's nice just to get out in nature and just enjoy walking around and looking at things. I love going through, you know, like if you go, I might be able to go with my sister next week, she drives, take the kids, but you know, if you go to like woodlands or somewhere and you're like walking through and you get all the trees that come over you like that and like speckles of sunlight, and oh, it's just magical. And like when I see loads of bluebells and that, because it just reminds me, like if you've heard me say before, it reminds me of when I used to live down south when I was younger and my best friend was a tree. And it just reminds me of when I was younger, there's lots of bluebells in the forest where we lived, and I just love trees. That's why I said my mum hates trees. I love trees. I used to get, that's why I love Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. I love stuff like that, but I loved it when the big trees were in. I was like, oh my god, they're so cute. I really wish they were walking around like that. And mum was like, oh, trees. I was like, oh, they're so cute. But yeah, I just love trees. I just think they're magical. And I said to my sister the other day, I said, oh, one time we're going to have to go to, not that I know much about it, but I have been there before, in Alderley Edge, where, not that far from me, where the posh area, where they have, is it called the Wizard's Way? I can't remember. And it's a forest, something about wizards there, where wizards were supposed to reside. So I can't remember the story, so I'll have to look into that and let you know. Maybe if I get to go with my sister this summer, or when it's nice, I could film some of it. That was gorgeous. I went years ago with some friends when we were younger, and we got lost because this big mist fog just came out of nowhere. We were all sat there and we were like, we can't get out. We weren't that far away from where we came in, we just couldn't see because it was so foggy. It took us about 2 hours to get out. I'm sure there's a little, someone might know, someone might have been before, fountain thing there with like a wizard's head, and they've got a pub on the corner called The Wizard. I think it's The Wizard's Pub or The Wizard or something, but I said to my sister, oh, we'll have to go there one time because it's really pretty. It's just, I'm sure we can push the kids in buggies if we have to take the kids. It'd be nice to go without them, but I'm sure it's quite flattish if you don't go off track like. But I wouldn't mind going there one time with out the kids, but the kids would like it, you know, picking fern cones up and stuff like that. I might be able to find some bits and bobs to make my dream catchers. And also, sorry, I had something else to say. I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't know if I told you. I don't know. I can't remember if I said that. Because I'm single, one of my friends, well, Finn's Nana was trying to fix me up with someone. I was just like, no. And they're like, oh, he's really nice. I was like, no. Is he a Viking? And she was like, what do you mean, is he a Viking? And I was like, well, I'm into that Viking look now, beard, long hair. my taste changed all the time. I have quite a few different taste. So I used to have like bald heads. Now I'm like, oh, I need someone with long hair, long, thick, luscious hair, a beard, and I want them to be quite open-minded and spiritual as well. So she was like, no, something about he goes to the pub and all that. I'm like, I don't want that. God, I just been with someone who like Finn's dad is always in the. Oh no, can't be doing with all that. I need someone who's open-minded and would like to do, would like to go on nature walks and stuff and go away for weekends and I don't know, go and look at castles and stuff like that. Because I know that might sound sad to some people, but when you're younger, you're like, yeah, God, look at them, like they like walking around. I don't know what you call it. When you go hiking and stuff and things like that, and oh, how boring, going looking at castles and that. But as you get older, you do want to look at things and take notice of things around you. And it's really sad because I haven't been a lot of places in England, so I'd love to go. I'd love to go to Cornwall. Never been to Cornwall. I'd love to go because there is the witchy wee thing down there, like a little museum thing. I've never been to Scotland. I've never been to London, but I'm going to my Wicked weekend. I've been a few places in Wales because Mum lives there, but I've been to Ireland. I might be going again soon, hopefully. But there's a lot of beautiful places in England as well as there is abroad. But things that like I don't know. It's interesting looking at castles and things like that, and looking at. I wouldn't have done this years and years ago when I was younger because I would have still had that. Oh God! But now it'd be like, oh yeah, it's interesting. Like some of the features on some things, like I was saying to the Kilted Goth. I do like some elements of goth. When you can find gothic bits and bobs on buildings and the windows and the gargoyles. I love gargoyles. I like gargoyles. I love a little gargoyle on the end of my conservatory. Gargoyles, because they're supposed to ward evil off, aren't they? I like the gargoyles. What's that film with the gargoyles in? Quite like them. Quite fancied them actually. But yeah, so there's quite a few things I want to do, and I want that in a partner as well. And I said no, and I said to her, I'm truly really not interested in anyone at the minute. I've got too much going on. We're just doing stuff, and I'm enjoying myself. Like I'm actually enjoying myself being single and just doing what I'm doing at the minute. But if that person comes along, I'll know this time. I'll know. I have to be somebody special because I'm special. So, But yeah, I'm waffling, so I'm going because I've got a bit to tidy up now. But I'm going to chill out because I'm tired from having such a nice day in the sun. Too much sun today. And just crafting and stuff. So I'll show you when I finished my miniature little dream catcher because I will be selling them. I'll be making them pretty. Oh, sorry. The only other thing I was going to say was about I can't remember what I said I was going to do next Wednesday. I'm sure I said I was going to say why it's good to write in your journals, and also I think I've mentioned this before. Why it's good because this is what I wanted to do for my friends. I'd buy them the book. You see, they paid me a couple of £2 each month, and I could get the art stuff in, so we could do stuff. But why it's good to have an art journal. I haven't got a lot in it, and this woman's face isn't finished off yet. That was the one that was on Instagram the other day. I was only doodling, but the other one says, never think too much on negative. Never think too much on the negative. There is always light after the dark. Just believe. I wrote that. That was just what was in my mind that day. The other day when I put this on Instagram, I just said, calm your mind and calm you will be. I was very calm doing the mandala pattern on there. That was just a big dark mess that I did and I didn't know what I was going to do, so I turned it into that. But yeah, when you just sit and you just mess and you just, and you can always do it with your kids. You can give them one and you can do it with your kids and just what pops in your head that day, even if it's like this one says, love is everything and everything is love. I am love. have passion for your life. I was just, I pasted some paper down and some like old words out of books. That's how I was feeling that day. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be talking about on Wednesday. Why it's good for you to have an art journal, as well as why you should journal art-wise or you know, writing-wise. Because if you feel like you can't do that, you can always do that. And the thing is with that as well, you don't have to be good at art. You can stick pictures in, like I said, like when you do your vision boards. But also, the more you do it, the better you'll get. And it's just nice to doodle. Maybe it's because it takes you back to you know, being a kid. I don't know. But that's what I'm going to talk about next Wednesday. So I'm blabbering on now, so I'm going to go. So enjoy your evening. Bye.